SpaceX offered to launch Europe's new satellite constellation, and Europe said no. The European Union is spending 10.6 billion euros to build IRIS², a direct competitor to Starlink, and they're launching it on European rockets that cost 5 times more than SpaceX's Falcon 9. Why is this? Because Europe has decided that depending on American technology is a strategic vulnerability they are no longer willing to accept. I'm Elle, I have a PhD in computer science, and I analyze how technological dependencies create geopolitical leverage. The pattern emerging across Europe right now is unmistakable: systematic decoupling from US-controlled infrastructure. Not because of ideology, not because of climate activism, but because Trump's USA has proven itself unreliable and Europe is building alternatives. Let's start with a satellite story first. IRIS², that's infrastructure for resilience, interconnectivity, and security by satellite, is the EU's 10.6 billion euro answer to Starlink. The constellation will consist of 290 satellites in low and medium Earth orbit. Operational by 2029-2030, it's designed to provide secure communications for European government agencies, directly comparable to SpaceX's Starshield project. The key detail is that during preliminary market consultations, SpaceX offered to launch the IRIS² satellites. The EU committed to relying exclusively on European launch systems. They're using Ariane 6 rockets operated by French company Ariane². Launch cost per satellite with Ariane 6 will be around 5 times the amount of SpaceX's Falcon 9, 5 times more expensive. Europe is paying a premium to avoid dependence on USA launch capabilities. EU officials cited the need to minimize external dependencies in critical technologies, what they essentially call technological sovereignty. The catalyst here was Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Hours before the invasion, Russia launched a cyber attack against the Viasat satellite network, disrupting Ukraine's military communications. SpaceX responded by activating Starlink services over Ukraine. Starlink became essential to Ukraine's defense. For the EU, this underlined that in cases of conflict, communications, and by implication, the course of the war hinged on decisions of a non-European company. Think about the strategic vulnerability behind that. Elon Musk controls Starlink. Elon Musk has political positions. Elon Musk makes decisions based on his own interests, not Europe's. If European governments rely on Starlink for secure communications, they're trusting a US company controlled by one individual to maintain service during crisis. IRIS² eliminates that dependency completely. Jean-Pierre Derry, interdepartmental coordinator for IRIS², explained, and I'm quoting here, "Faced with the United States' desire to exert an economic stranglehold on Europe, the latter needs autonomy, which means developing its own space tools. An economic stranglehold. That is how Europe's space coordinator describes US tech dominance. And they're not just talking about satellites here, the same logic applies to navigation systems as well. Galileo is Europe's global navigation satellite system, essentially the GPS alternative. It's been operational for years, but recent EU directives are making it mandatory now. As of March 2022, all smartphones sold in the EU must incorporate Galileo capability, so satellite navigation information can provide caller location to emergency services. As of October 2021, onboard equipment using satellite navigation for electronic road toll systems must be compatible with Galileo as well. If you want frameworks for identifying when technological dependencies become strategic vulnerabilities and how to position yourself before major infrastructure transitions, check out my book, Awake: The Practice of Critical Thinking in an Age of Soft Lies. It's available in ebook and audiobook. Subscribers get 10% off, and you can read the first chapter for free using the description links below. Why mandate Galileo when GPS exists and works perfectly well? Well, because GPS is controlled by the US Department of Defense. EU officials cite strategic autonomy, noting that relying on a system controlled by the US military is a serious risk during geopolitical friction. Galileo offers a public regulated service for authorized users of EU member states, defense, civil protection, customs, police. This system is particularly robust and fully encrypted to provide service continuity during emergencies or crisis situations. That's what GPS can't guarantee for Europe because the US controls it. Galileo also provides a high accuracy service, offering accuracy down to 20 centimeters for applications like autonomous cars or drones. The system is already used in automotive navigation, mobile phone services, agriculture, transport, and surveying. The pattern is consistent here. Europe is systematically replacing US-controlled infrastructure with European alternatives, satellites, navigation, and this is happening while Europe simultaneously builds energy independence. We covered in recent videos how European solar inquiries surged 27% after Trump's Iran war started. German solar installation demand doubled. Balcony solar systems are proliferating. Plug-and-play panels that apartment dwellers install themselves, essentially. EV purchases are spiking all across Europe. Germany now gets 63% of electricity from renewables. Just connect the dots for a second. Europe is decoupling from American military infrastructure, Starlink GPS, American fossil fuel markets as well, solar and EV, and American financial systems. We already covered the petrodollar breaking in another video. The strategic logic is identical across all three. Dependence creates vulnerability, and Trump's USA has demonstrated that it's not really a reliable partner anymore. IRIS² is part of the EU space strategy for security and defense. The European Space Agency is responsible for development and deployment, while the European Union Agency for the Space Program handles governmental service provision. The 10.6 billion euro budget includes 6.5 billion euros in public funds, with the remainder from private consortium members including SES, Eutelsat, Hispasat, Thales Alenia Space, Airbus Defence and Space, and Deutsche Telekom. In January 2026, the EU announced that GovSatcom, a bridge program to IRIS², became operational, integrating 8 satellites from 5 EU member states. In March, Cyprus became the first country to use GovSatcom operationally, possibly in connection with the Iran war. On March 26, Norway and Iceland signed agreements to participate in GovSatcom and IRIS². The network is essentially expanding. The contrast with America's approach couldn't be sharper. The United States built global dominance by creating infrastructure everyone depended on: GPS for navigation, the dollar for trade, military bases for security, tech companies for communications. The leverage was embedded in the actual architecture. You couldn't opt out without paying massive costs. But Trump's policies are changing the cost-benefit analysis. His war in Iran destroyed 30 to 40% of Gulf refining capacity, creating the largest oil shock in history. We have a separate long video analysis on that. I'm going to link in the description. And Europe's response to that was build solar panels and EVs. His administration's unpredictability in foreign policy makes military alliances unreliable, and Europe's response was build independent satellite communications. His tariff threats and economic coercion make dollar dependence risky. Europe's response was accelerate alternative payment systems and prepare for petrodollar collapse. An EU official argued that IRIS²'s success fully hinges on Europe's ability to regain launch capabilities. I'm quoting, "If we do not manage to have access to space, the whole thing is for nothing." That is the vulnerability Europe is essentially addressing, not just satellite communications, but access to space itself. If SpaceX controls launches and Elon Musk himself controls SpaceX, Europe needs alternatives. Ariane 6 has a backlog of 30 launches as of February 2025. The rocket isn't reusable, making it significantly more expensive than Falcon 9. Public subsidies will have to maintain its competitiveness. Europe knows this. They're paying the premium anyway. And that is the calculation ultimately. Strategic autonomy is worth the cost. Cheaper American services create dependency. Dependency creates leverage, and leverage can get weaponized. Europe watched Trump use the dollar as a weapon, watched him start a war that crashed oil markets, watched Elon Musk make geopolitical decisions with Starlink in Ukraine. The lesson is very clear. Build European alternatives, even if they cost more. The United States spent decades building a global system where American infrastructure was the default choice. GPS was free and globally available. The dollar was the reserve currency, well, it still is. Starlink offered the best satellite internet. US military presence guaranteed security. The system worked for the USA because everyone else depended on it. But the dependencies that created leverage also created resentment, and Trump's administration has accelerated the breaking point. Every tariff threat, every unpredictable policy shift, every war that destabilizes markets, it's a reminder that dependence on American systems means vulnerability to American decisions. Europe's response isn't to complain or negotiate, it's instead to build. IRIS² launches in 2029, Galileo is already operational and mandatory, solar panels are growing up on balconies across Germany, EVs are replacing gasoline cars in Denmark. Each piece of European infrastructure that replaces American infrastructure is a percentage point reduction in US geopolitical leverage. Andreas Kubilius, European Commissioner for Defense and Space, presented the plan at the 2026 European Space Conference, underscoring the political will to accelerate IRIS² development. The message was very clear. Europe is serious about technological sovereignty. The irony is that Trump's policies are accelerating exactly what American strategists fear the most, a multipolar world where US infrastructure is no longer the default. China builds payment systems and satellite networks, Europe builds renewable energy and space infrastructure. Each alternative reduces the leverage embedded in American systems. SpaceX offered to launch IRIS² satellites. Europe said, no thanks, we'll pay 5 times more just to use our own rockets. That's not an economic decision, but it is a serious strategic decision. And it signals just how fundamentally Europe's calculation has changed. Dependence on the USA is no longer worth the cost, even when USA services are cheaper and perhaps better for now. For more on how US strategic dominance is eroding, check out the video on your screen right now about the petrodollar system breaking from Trump's Iran war. Thank you all so much for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.